Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Caitlin and today we are doing a look with the Adept Cosmetics collab with Heather Austin. Adept Cosmetics recently posted on their Instagram that they are in low stock of this palette and that it is not going to be restocked once it sells out. So I thought what better time to do another look with this, mention again, let you guys know in case it is one that you had been holding out on that this is the last chance for you to get it. And yeah, just hang out a little bit. So if that sounds good to you, keep on watching. Before we get too far into the video, if you haven't already, I would love it if you would consider subscribing. I upload videos twice a week. It's totally free to subscribe and I would love to have you back again on the channel. Okay, let's go ahead and get into this pretty neutral, but like a little burgundy warm tone leaning look with this palette. Alright, so if you haven't seen the palette yet, here is the outside. It's this nice burgundy color and it's got into the actual, like, I don't know if this is real leather or not, I doubt it, but in the faux leather we'll call it, it's got Heather Austin there. It's got this really nice stitching, much like their other packaging. The mirror says Heather Austin x Adept Cosmetics down there at the bottom. And here is the, sorry, put it in frame, here is the color story. So this is Adept's typical, what you see is not necessarily what you get palette as far as like things are shifty. There's duochromes and multi-chromes and things. So I will leave link to the other video that I have done on this palette in case you want to see a different look than this one. This will be totally different colors than the other video, just so you get a couple ideas of things. And I'm going to start with PaO2, which is this kind of similar to the outside color actually, matte that is kind of like a deeper burgundy. And I'm just going to start that on the outer bit here of the eye. And I'm doing that on a Morphe M456 in case you're wondering. I did already put down eyeshadow primer. I'm currently using the Loved and Craft and Beauty eyeshadow primer. That's just what I have on hand from an Ipsy, but you use whatever you would like. So basically I made kind of like a rough wing outline, very thick with that. Next I'm going to go in with my Palettoply, what is this, a P1. I'm going to use Atlas, which is this kind of neutral, maybe slightly warm leaning, like brownie shade, and I'm going to put that in the crease. And I'm basically connecting that to like the tail of the little wing outline that I drew before. Next I'm going to take a flat brush. This is the Laura Los Angeles L27 and I'm going to go in with Hey Y'all, which is kind of a grayish purple-y looking thing in the pan. I'm not going to use any glitter primer. I know I did in the first video if you watch my other video, but I have found over time I think these shadows actually last longer and don't crease as much if you just use them. I mean, it's fine with an eyeshadow primer, but if you don't use a glitter primer. And I'm going to put that in the kind of outer portion. Yes, I am covering that wing that I made a little bit, but I wanted that wing kind of as an outline to like guide the shape of the shimmers and kind of put some structure on the eye. I'll show you how I go back and kind of re-emphasize the wing with another matte once I'm done with the shimmers. And on the inner portion I'm going to put 0603, the shimmer right above it, which looks weird and like beige in the pan, but you can see all the different reflect the shade's going to have. And then on the eye, I don't know, it's like, I don't know if I'd call it silver per se. It's almost like a gunmetal, I guess, but with a lot of shimmery reflect in it. And I don't think it's too cool tone to pair with the slightly warm leaning matte that's in this palette. So I'm going to go back in and kind of redefine the liner that I started with a Morphe M124, that PaO2 again. Again, it's nothing like too structured, just want to have a little bit of like a shadow liner moment. And the reason I don't care about that being so precise is because I'm going to go in with an angled liner brush, and I'm actually going to use Magnolia, the deep green matte, and I'm going to use that right on the lash line. And I find using colors like this, like you might be like, wait, a burgundy and a green, like it's not, I don't think, gonna come off that green. It's just gonna look like a darker color right on the lash line. Can you see, comparing this eye to this eye, I'll zoom in a little bit, the difference with that green. So here is the eye with the little bit of extra definition on the lash line, and here is the eye without. I just think adding a little bit of something right on the lash line, like, super makes a difference. And to me, you can see even more when the mascara is added, like the difference between the definition on this lash line and this lash line. It's subtle, but I do think it makes a difference. And then I really think there's only two shades that are light enough for an inner corner. One of those is Austin. I think that's what I did in my last video. It is kind of like an icy, like minty white, but green. And then Passport, which is more of like a purple blue. So I'm gonna go with Passport just a little bit in the inner corner using Morphe M560 this time. Just a little pop there. Hopefully you can see it on camera. It's not a ton, just a little glimmer glint in the corner there. So now I'm gonna add mascara and a little lip gloss, and I'll be back to show you the final look. Alright, and this is the final look. I added a little bit of blush too, just to warm up the face slightly. What do you guys think? Do you have this palette already? Are you planning on picking it up? Just wanted to give this one another shout out because I really do think it is that good. If you don't have it, I'd recommend this one. This one is really, really nice, and the color story makes sense. There's been a couple like the Kodan and then in Hydran that, like, I personally struggle to use those color stories. But this one, there are a lot of possibilities, and I think it makes a lot of sense color story wise. So that is all for today's video. I hope you guys liked it, and I hope to see you again on the next one. Bye!